Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new Tails monster, the Season 2 Tails monster, Nautick. Quick reminder, if you want to get this monster, be sure to save up some gems. You cannot do the Tails event without saving up gems, so you have quite a few days to save up those gems. Huge shout out to SP for giving me everything I need to make this video. They provided the monster, all the subs I need to take him to rank 5, any gems I use will be reimbursed, and they provided the food to feed this monster all the way to 150. Malarian's project is going according to plan. His latest idea was to install a device under Nautick's shell to gather the rays of sunlight that reach the most superficial part of the oceans of Electra. Nautick's psionic powers then allow him to telepathically transmit all the energy right into Malarian's nebula multiplier. Alright, so we have an evil villain monster working with Malarian. Mine Invasion deals very heavy water damage to all enemies, and with positive effects from all enemies, applies poison and Megastun to all enemies. We've been getting a ton of Megastun. Look at that. Megastun, not him. Megastun, Megastun, Megastun. But this monster also removes positive effects and poisons on top of that. As for your trait, this monster is immune to control. Another counter to essentially the absolute zero meta that is Qiaolong. You also get tough. All status effects have a 35% less accuracy against this target, better than hardened, and you actually start the game off with minor blind against the enemy monsters. Their accuracy from the very beginning is going to be reduced by 25%. Now obviously if there's a Megaton monster, it's going to absorb the minor blind, so like really minor blind to Megaton isn't the worst thing. They typically reapply shields, do some sort of healing, cleanse negative effects, so not a big deal. But in any sort of war scenario where you are not battling Megaton, there's no way to block against this. Oh man, that sucks that you start the game off with your accuracy reduced by 25%. And again, the immune to control is good and the tough is good. Trait-wise, like this is one of the better ones we've seen for all the monsters. In terms of stats, this monster is by no means an attacker. 9,713, this is less than average. He's tied with that of Jackpack, Decobra, and Ryclops, just to name a few. Jackpack, more of a supportive monster, as is Ryclops. Ryclops is also like anti-meta, and then Decobra being more of a denier. The life stat, we have 112,496, which is unfortunately also a little less than average, tied with that of Malarian and Attacker. But as for speed stat, this monster is pretty darn fast. This monster has a speed stat of 7,502, which is the 4th highest stat in the game, actually titled with that of Decobra, a deny monster. The only monsters that are faster would be Gekwan, Aquafiend, Mr. Not Found, Ryclops, and Jackpack. So in terms of deniers, because this monster is a denier, this monster is as fast as Decobra, not as fast as Ryclops, unfortunately, who can cleanse deny, but I guess that might work to your advantage because if I'm not mistaken, Ryclops can only remove the deny, doesn't actually provide an immunity to deny, so you have that going for you. Now Ryclops is also immune to control herself, but yeah, you are a denier. You cannot be denied, you have the tough, so 35% of the time you don't get hit with negative effects, and then you status cast your minor blind. Overall, pretty good monster. Let's take a look at the skills. So the first skill we have is Psionic Squid, deals moderate water damage to one enemy and applies poison to one enemy. 24/7 0 cooldown, you'll poison the enemy monsters. I made a joke that immune to poison is actually coming in handy because we actually have all these monsters that are doing poison skills. We have Ink Smoke. I actually like this one a lot. It deals no damage, but it blinds the enemy and it is spammable. It does not matter if Don Cannon or Baronix activate your cooldowns because you're going to have this skill as long as you have the stamina for it. And blinding, reducing accuracy, that has come in clutch so many times. Honestly, even just a 25% accuracy reduction, that helps out a lot. But keep in mind, at ring 3, you get a minor blind, so there's no Megaton. You can minor blind and blind, heavily reduce the enemy's chance to actually land an attack against you, especially if they're using AoEs, because AoEs already don't have the best accuracy. Mental Waves, deals moderate water damage to one enemy, applies stun. Singular stun on a one-shot cooldown. Keep in mind there are plenty of monsters that have status caster, stun immunity, or just immune to control. Nautick being one of them. Ink Bomb is an AoE blind against everyone. This doesn't deal damage, so it won't trigger any of your street talents. We have Inner Disorder, deals moderate water damage, applies stun to enemies twice. What makes this skill actually really good is the fact that it applies twice. We've seen more monsters have the hardened trait or even the tough trait. Malfeator has the bullrag trait, so we're definitely going to be seeing more and more of the hardened and tough. So having the chance to double stun essentially, super valuable. If the first one misses, then maybe the second one lands, or maybe the first one lands. So as long as you're increasing your likelihood to actually land a deny, that could be pretty powerful. So this definitely makes Nautick a runner-up in the denier category. Then we have dark base attacks, by the way. Some of these have been dark base. Here's actually one that deals damage, heavy dark damage, and a total blind. So what's cool about this monster is you have the option to deny with stun, but keep in mind a lot of monsters are immune to control. So then you also have the option to deny with Total Blind. Now, Total Blind is not as good as the other skills, because with Total Blind, the enemy can still attack, right? They can still do a self skill, they can do an extra turn skill, and then the Total Blind is gone, then they can attack you. So it's not the best, but still, it is a form of denial, especially if you know the enemy doesn't have any ET. Let's see what else we have. Brain Blast deals Mega Stun. So not only can this monster double stun, you can actually Mega Stun. So Mega Stun is the one where you're going to single target and it'll actually last for 2 full turns. And then we have Sea Pollution, which deals moderate water damage and applies poison to everyone. So poison, keep in mind, reduces damage output by 20%. If you want to run Hidden Shiv on this monster, you'll also bleed the enemy team. So then the enemies will be poison and bleeding, thus reducing their accuracy, their damage output twice. Alright, so the best skill set on this monster, you go with the double stun, you go with the Mega Stun, you go with the Total Blind, and for that last and final skill, I would personally say, it's up to you, to be honest. I think you got to think of it realistically. What are you going to do most of the time with this monster? It depends, right? It depends where you're using them in PvP, in Team Wars, in Grandmaster Duels. It all depends. If there's no Megaton monsters, then this guy can go first and hopefully AoE stun everyone. But if this monster's immune to stun, you change your strategy. I think most of the time, you're going to want to go with the double stun if you can. On the following turn, you're probably going to go for a single Total Blind against the main threat. Now, another option is you're probably going to Brain Blast everyone on the first turn, and on the second turn, you're going to Total Blind. So, again, it's all about who's the main threat, can I stop them? If Inner Disorder doesn't work, then you go... Well, this actually has the greatest likelihood to land because it's a double stun. But if you're going up against someone who's a threat that isn't immune to stun, or doesn't have Hardened or Bulwark, or anything like that, then you go for the Mega Stun and it'll land. Ink Overdose, again, Total Blind. So for that last and final skill, it's ultimately up to you. Do you want an AoE blind? I don't know if you necessarily need an AoE blind. Again, it synergizes well with your minor blind, but you have access to these actual deny skills, so why go for the AoE blind, I would say. The AoE poison you could if you want dots. You have the stun on a 1-turn cooldown, but since you're already running 2 stun skills, I don't think it's valuable. I would say run the spammable blind skill, honestly. That's my take. Again, so you can change it up. Everyone's different. Feel free to run the skills that you want to run. This monster can actually resurrect, so if he dies, he is still going to be a force to be reckoned with, because you got to deal with him again. And this monster can recover stamina thanks to, where is it? Just Star's Mask. So if he deals damage, he can recover stamina, so that can be really beneficial. So you have these 3 skills to deal damage and recover stamina. Also take stamina from the enemy. What kind of monster is this? When it's a denier monster, it doesn't need a Hidden Shiv, really. You could use it, but you don't need it. I think this is more of a face shield user. This is more of a medpack user. Anything that helps this monster stay alive for as long as possible. And again, if it dies, it'll come back. The cool thing about running face shield is that if you die and you come back to life and your face shield hasn't exhausted its 3 uses, well, then you're good to go, right? You'll be good to go. So I'm thinking that is the best for this monster. And in terms of runes, right now in the PvP meta, you're going to want it to go second in the turn order after you have someone going first to remove Megaton from the enemy. Because if you're facing Megaton with Nautick, I'm sorry, there's not much he can do. Unfortunately, what are you going to stun? What are you going to Mega Stun? There's not much he can do. So with Nautick, you need someone to remove Megaton first, and then he can go and deny. And again, like, Megaton kind of ruined the denier meta, so I don't necessarily know if it was coming back. I thought maybe SP would take a little longer before releasing a Megaton monster. So Fosarius is now released. And again, in PvP, you still deal with Mouseron and Pangoliath and everything such. So I'm still going to partner this monster up with a Chiao Long. So for now, we are just going to run team speed and speed. But if you can run 3 speed and have him go first and deny, then by all means go ahead. So I'm running low on runes, but I am giving this monster 2 team speed and a single speed, and we're going to take him out into PvP and see what he can do. Now again, because this is PvP and it's hard to showcase this kind of monster, you have to switch the skills to fit the situation. So in this specific case, I don't need a spammable blind skill. Here the AoE poison will probably come in handy a lot more, and instead of the face shield, honestly a Hidden Shiv will deal more damage and be better because I'm going after dot damage. This team will win with dots essentially. So let's go ahead and click fight. And honestly, a better Megaton monster might work. Someone that can actually apply dots against the enemy. A corrupted Megaton. So first, you see that Shelly going first. If I would have gone first, that would not have been pretty. So here I'll do the Ignorance is Bliss play. There you go. And again, he absorbs the minor blind Shelly because that says what Megaton monsters do. Got stamina drain, so I have to recharge. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that they're mega frozen, and I'm just gonna recharge till the freeze is gone. We will recharge one more time. All right. So again, in a conventional battle, whether it's Ryclops, whether it's anyone, you're gonna need someone to get rid of Megatons. All right, great. And then your monster goes, and this is where you land the double stun first. So looking at the enemies real quick, let me exit out. This monster has the tough trait. 35% of the time negative effects do not land. This monster has the Bullrike. 50% of the time, negative effects do not land. And this monster has nothing. So it'll definitely land on him. Again, if we were to go for a Mega Stun, there's a chance it misses. So your best bet to deny is Inner Disorder. Watch for any misses. So we got a stun. So this was all successful. Hidden Shift kicks in. Got some bleed damage on them. Awesome. So this is a dot. This is a team that wins with dots. We would go punish the weak. Get some dots on him. We would apply some shields. They're stunned. Stunned. My next turn, I would go for the AoE Poison. And I think if I was to do it, it would kill. But Shelly will come back to life. Look at all those dots. Shelly does not have a revival. But yeah, normally I would go ahead and just blind everyone in its game. In this case, I could probably just also go for a total blind. Like, let's say Karukage was an issue. We'd kill him, and then, yeah. So, again, all you need this monster to do is the double stun or the single stun on first, or the mega stun or the total blind on turn 1. On the turn 2, you do your other deny, and then you save that last and final skill, which I would say it's probably the 0 cooldown blind, but it all depends on the situation. Here, we'll do Corrupted Dragon. Here's actually a good showcase, except there's a dodge area monster. All in cash, Hidden Shiv, ouch. Good thing Shelly comes back. So here I look at the enemies and I see who is my biggest threat. So you have team speed. You're a strong attacker. Maybe we work on the attacker. Can I double stun the attacker? No, he's currently immune to stun. As I mentioned, that is the case right now. So I think I could go for the Mega Stun on Pangoliath, but then I might run into some trouble. Actually, not on Pangoliath, on Jakuna High. You know what? I think that is the smartest play. Let me Mega Stun Jakuna High. So now he's immobilized for 2 turns. Awesome. I'll deal with the stun immunity over here. Bam, stun immunity is gone. And then I'll get some dots on you. Hopefully that'll reduce damage output. And here I'll provide a shield. Bam, so now my team is good. Pain Distiller got rid of the dots. Gunnar's armor, quick money. Unfortunately, that killed me. Alright, on this next turn, I'm going to go ahead and do Forgotten. Let's get rid of that little shield. Bark Hide. Let's go Corrupted Dragon. Trait Disable everyone. Awesome. And here I can go for the stun or I can go for the blind. I can go for the poison. I think it makes the most sense. We'll total blind and then we'll stun next turn. So here's total blind. And again, that's the purpose of a control monster. You basically control the whole entire game. Let's get rid of your immunity. Awesome. And I don't think I want to do dots because you have Pain Distiller. Alright, that's gone. Oh, I guess you still had some dots. Alright. Oh, I ran out of stamina, but I was going to go in for the stun. Looks like I get a turn to react. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think I want to kill him before he kills me. Ignorance is bliss. Alright, so bye, you're dead. And we will finish you off as well. So now we'll just control Pangoliath. I mean, here is a Mega Stun since your trait disabled, and we are good to go. So again, there it is. Alright, awesome. So again, I'm showcasing how Nautic would work. Obviously, I have access to Chill Long at 150, and I can absolute 0, and then follow up with more deny. So again, you work with what you have, but that is how this monster works. Ooh, we have a Fruit Taster. He's immune to control, but that won't be a problem. Ignorance is bliss is my first play. And again, we're just going to recharge. We're just going to let it play out. We're going to let it all play out. Although I do want to get rid of your dots and everything. Actually, I guess I can see pollution. So here's a poison. Since I am using him with Chiao Long, I could go straight into the dots. Ouch, I got hit. But again, if I die, I come back to life. So it's not too much of a problem. Let me hit you with Corrupted Dragon. So now I can actually land dots on Fruit Taster. Look who's back. Can I kill him? Yeah, I can. Let's kill Pure Pandov. Awesome. Alright, I died, I come back to life. Does anyone need to get stunned? Looks like you need to get mega stunned. And now he's immobilized for 2 full turns. Awesome. Oh, looks like he now needs to get immobilized. Here, let me just recharge. Oh, he ended up dying, and I would do ink, and he would die. So again, really great control monster. Really great control monster. And with this team, I could win with dots, so it's not a problem at all. Let's do another 1 or 2 battles, and we'll see how it goes. Do we want to do this one? We will skip the level 4 Dun Raw. I could actually take them on easily with my Chiao Lang, but yeah, we're just going to skip. And let's see who else Nautick can fight. Alright, 150 spec. Ooh, this ought to be fun. So, straight, same thing. Ignorance is bliss. Everyone gets frozen. Awesome. We'll go straight into dots. Morg's armor getting hit with everything. The good thing about having revival lessons is you really don't need to worry too much about what the enemy has. Like, look at everything they threw at me. Morg's armor, earth damage, mud body, everything. Look at that. My life is already down like 200k. But it's okay. It's okay. Corrupted Dragon. I'm probably going to die here with all the residual damage. Look, died. I'm going to attack someone and probably take a lot of damage. Nope. I wonder who had the mud body. Should have attacked someone else. Alright, everything looks good. I am going to just recharge. I'm going to go ahead and do my inner disorder. What do you have? Are you the one stumping me? No, you have smite. You have 2 dots. Let's just total blind you. And, oop, I forgot about hidden shiv. Gotta be careful with that hidden shiv. Pure control. Alright, you ended up dying. We're just gonna recharge. We're gonna apply MT, or I think I still had it. Loyalty. Immune to control Megataunt. Unfortunately, Megataunt, I can't do anything. I'm just gonna recharge. Free to play. Royal. I can Ignorance is Bliss. Get rid of that. Pure Implosion. I'm still alive. Now I'm just waiting to die and resurrect. Boom. And come back to life. So again, he's a force to be reckoned with. I decided not to run Face Shield, but I could, and that would make things even more challenging. So lost my positive effects, and let's go for the double stun. He's immune to stun. We'll go with it nonetheless. I want to see if it would actually land on Pure Pandoff. And it is a miss and a stun. Again, 2 chances to stun. You gotta love it. And then Hidden Shiv did some work. So yeah, even as a denier, using Hidden Shiv. So now we're just going to take him to rank 5 and use him at his fullest potential. Okay, so he's 150. I don't think I'm going to change anything on Nautick except get rid of Hidden Shiv because he's going to deal too much damage. And I'm going to put the Face Shield just because I think it might come down to him being the last monster alive. You might actually see me lose a lot more battles just because I got rid of Absolute Zero, and then the enemy might have stuff to either hit me with Absolute Zero, or we'll see what happens. Lord Nabotis will be OP and kill me. We will see. I will start off with an Ignorance is Bliss play. This just trades disabled. This is actually a really good showcase of what it's going to be like, right? If you can go second in the turn order, and you each have a monster to remove positive effects, it's literally this. And then it's like guaranteed deny, right? They literally can't do anything. So there we go. And here, by the way, is a good showcase of why I don't run the AoE blind skill, and instead I would prefer the single blind skill. By the time the monster actually gets a turn in, I don't think you're going to need to AoE blind. You can instead just choose to target whoever is the main threat and you need to target. Pain Distiller, of course, we'll do Corrupted Dragon again, Mud Body, ouch. And then here, let's check out you. Yeah, see, let's recharge. You have too much. Dead, come back to life. And Brain Blast, Ink Overdose, Sea Pollution. In this case, I can AoE blind, or AoE poison. I literally just talked about not having blind. Alright, there we go. So, no need to continue that. I should have let him attack me just so I could, just so you can see Face Shield in action. We'll probably do a few battles with this. I don't anticipate being able to showcase too much, but we'll see. Interesting. Syntheris, I'm assuming he's running. Kevlar Vest. Dampening Field, and you are Kai the Sunmelter. First play is the Ignorance is Bliss. I mean, when you can smite everyone and just trade disable and you're next in the turn order, it's guaranteed deny, right? Although I wish I wouldn't do that just so I can see it actually landing. But yeah, everyone is basically skipping their turn. We're gonna go Forgotten, get rid of those buffs. Let's punish the weak. Let's land a bunch of dots on Syntheris. Let's reinstate my empty with the damage protection. It wasn't even gone or anything. Let's add that poison. The poison's actually coming in handy right now with this team. Corrupted Dragon, no, Forgotten. Let's get rid of that. Ignorance is Bliss, just for some damage on everyone. Alright, let's see. Touch. Ouch. Ooh, should not have attacked me. Ooh, should not have attacked me. Syntheris, don't do it. Don't do it. Sugar Rush. Alright, and then I could obviously go for the Mega Stun or go for the Blind. Mega Stun makes the most sense. He's mobilized, and we are good to go. Take that, Syntheris. Alright, we'll do one more. Yeah, these have actually been a really good showcase. It's normally super hard to showcase a denier monster, a control monster, because the meta just does not allow it. If it was Pangoliath, I would definitely run into some troubles. I am not even going to do anything. Actually, I'll do Forgotten. I got rid of the blind. The immune to torture. I'll just recharge. And then I'll do Inner Disorder. Again, let's look at what the enemy has. No immunity, so it'll land regardless, and a hardened. But watch, Inner Disorder, watch on Gek 1. Stun, and yeah, just a stun, so no misses. So they're all immobilized. We will simply recharge. We will give ourselves a shield and a protection. Alright, and then here, Ink Overdose. Darn, I was hoping I wouldn't kill Blumerius just so I could show he's like, look, I can still blind you. I mean, in this case, I would just AoE poison. Now I'm just winning because of the level difference. But, guys, this has been the new upcoming Tails monster. So, once again, if you want this monster, start saving your gems. You have like a week to save. Nautic is an overall pretty good monster. I like the Denier. I like deniers that don't just rely on one thing, but rely on multiple things. And in this case, even though your main thing is stun, you have an AoE double stun, not just a regular stun, an AoE double stun. You have the option of a mega stun for when you need a 2-turn deny. Then you have the option of total blind as well. And then you have blind and your status caster as well. You also can't be denied, and then you have the tough. So overall, great trait, great overall monster. I think you don't want to miss out on this monster. With that being said, guys, I'm Armor Gaming. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.